Greetings, Broncos fans, and welcome to tonight's Broncos Broadcasting Network contest between the Davenport Broncos and the Mckeel Academy Wildcats. I'm John Chigueras. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be here on this Thursday night. So this is the first time this JV team has been in action since their amazing overtime win just the other night. That was a 50-46 victory against the Fort Meade Miners. Aiden George went ahead and he led all scorers with 11 points, including 2 critical points down the stretch in that overtime victory. Broncos will be looking to go ahead and take momentum that they had in that game going into tonight. JV game is going to be tipping off momentarily. The varsity game will begin at the conclusion of this game. The records for the varsity, it will be the 10-7 Broncos against the 13-6 Wildcats. But we'll go ahead and we will deal with that game at the conclusion of this game. We'll deal with the game at hand. The Broncos wearing the home white in the first half, they're going to be shooting to the basket to the left. The Wildcats wearing the visiting blue, navy blue, they're going to be shooting to the basket to our right. George looking to jump it for the Broncos. Going against Howell, looking to jump it for the Wildcats. Referee's making his final instructions, making sure everyone knows what possession and where it's going. And it is blackout night here at Davenport. Fantastic atmosphere. Many fans showing up with their black shirts. DJ in the house, and an opening layup goes. That is Thompson scoring the first 2 points of the night. Broncos now trying to fight through the press. And that's going to be a elongated pass, but Bolivar can't pull down. And that's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to stay Broncos ball. 6:44 to go here in the opening quarter. George looking to inbound it. Wildcats not afraid to do this full court man-to-man press. Glover now making his way toward the slot, toward the top of the key, down toward the logo. Heavy pressure, and it's going to be a 3-second violation on the Broncos. 6:37 to go here in the opening quarter. Broncos are now going to respond with a press of their own, looked like it was going to be a diamond press, but now it's going to revert to a man-to-man full-court press. Wildcats trying to dribble the ball. They pick it up now, get it down midcourt. Howell has it, passes it down to Wangrove. He can't get it. Rebound, and that one is going to go in by Howell, and just like that, it is 4-0 Wildcats. So the Wildcats coming out like a blaze of fire in this game. Quick skip pass, gets it over to Glover. Glover trying to go down that far sideline, cuts back, dribbles right through the double team, kicks it over into a corner. That shot by Walker is going to go up. That three-point shot by Walker is good. It's now 4-3. Quick fast break opportunity going the other way. Broncos were not able to get back on defense, and there will be a foul on the play. It's going to be called on number 11, Bolivar. That is going to be his first and the first on the team. So St. John is going to go to the line. He is going to shoot the pair. First free throw goes up, first free throw goes in, and we are back to a 2-point lead. Referee serves it to St. John. He goes ahead, dribbles it twice, and nails that one, and it's back to a 3-point lead. Broncos dribbling through that full court press, and Mckeel able to take it away. That layup is up. That layup does not go. Ellis cannot get it to go. Broncos now coming down the other way. George ends up picking up his dribble, and that's going to be a timeout called by Hawthorne. So as we go into this first timeout, it is going to be looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Broncos trailing this one by a score of 6-3. All 3 points on the Broncos scored by Walker. On the flip side, the Wildcats have diversified their scoring. Howell has 2. Thompson has 2. St. John has 2. St. John's, both of his points coming from the charity stripe. Broncos already have 1 team foul on the game. Wildcats wasting no time breaking from the huddle. 5:43 to go here in the opening quarter. Broncos are inbounded from the near sideline right by their bench. George getting some last-second instructions from Harthrone. Walker takes the ball, and he will slowly bring it up with his right hand. Crosses over midcourt. Now it's a 1-2-2 zone for the Wildcats. Walker was able to dribble right through it, and there is going to be a foul on the play, foul on the Broncos. And the foul is going to be on 35 Richards. That'll be his first and the second on the team. St. John looking to inbound it for the Wildcats. And he gets it in there, slowly making their way up. Osmus passes it up to Caraville. Over to Thompson. Thompson looks down low. Excellent passing by the Wildcats. That three-point shot does not go. Rebound by the Wildcats, and St. John is going to get fouled. He's going to go back to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on number 25, Lynch. That is going to be his first, and just like that, the Broncos have 3 team fouls. So St. John is already 2 for 2 from the free throw line. That first one does not go. Broncos quickly making a substitution. Patterson coming into the game. Richards will go ahead. He will take a seat. St. John's second shot goes up. That second shot goes in, 7-3. Broncos try to get it back to George, but Mckeel knocks it out of bounds. Broncos will take possession of that ball. 5:05 to go now in the opening quarter. George looking inbound the ball. He gets it to Glover. Passing it back to Walker, and there will be a whistle on the play as Walker ends up stepping out of bounds on that far sideline. 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Mckeel will go ahead. They will inbound it from that far sideline. They'll get into the backcourt as Messiah walks his way over. Quick passing down low. That one's going to go in. That's the 4th point on the night for Howell. And now it is a 9-3 lead by the Wildcats. Broncos trying to break this man-to-man press. They do. They get it to the other side of the court. That is Gonzalez dribbling down. That pass and shot by Lynch does not go, and the Wildcats are going down the other way. Fast break opportunity down low to Howell. He gets that one to go. That is his 6th point of the night. And just like that, the Wildcats are now on top by a score of 11-3. Broncos elect to try to dribble through a press, which is something you cannot do. And that ball is taken away by the Wildcats, and they are going the other way. The only effective way, as we have talked about game in, game out, to break a press is to pass it. Dribbling through is not going to work 9 times out of 10. Howell has it, skips pass over to Osman. Dishes it back out. Carrasquillo with the shot does not go. Rebound by the Broncos. Patterson gets to Glover, passes it up court to Lynch. Broncos coming down that near sideline. The floater by George ends up going in, 11-5. Quick fast break opportunity. Howell again gets that one up. It'll go out of bounds. It will be Wildcats ball under their own basket. Broncos looking to make a pair of substitutions, as Bolivar and Smith will go ahead and make their way into the game for the Broncos. 3:41 remaining here in the first quarter. Wildcats leading the Broncos by a score of 11-5. So the Wildcats, when this ball does get inbounded, they will be running a high stack on the near side of the free throw line and of the paint. As we have a quick break in the action, we will update you as the soccer playoffs are on their way. The boys team is off to Mulberry tonight for their first quarterfinal matchup. The girls will play a semifinal game this Monday night at Horizon. Both of those games can be found on the NFHS family of networks. And that ball is going to sail out of bounds. Broncos will end up getting it. 3:40 to go. As that ball was not tipped, so the Broncos will take it out from the baseline. And with that, here come the Wildcats back on a full-court press, up by 6. Broncos passing it. Now they have a 3-on-1, and that shot goes up. That shot is going to fall by Smith. And that basket is going to count, and that foul is on number 14, St. John. That is going to be his first and the first on the team. So Smith, one of the most recent additions to this Broncos team, has come up huge for the last few junior varsity games. Couple of dribbles, here comes the point after, rolls around, and that one rolls in. 3 points on the night for him. And it's a 3-point game, 11-8 as we go under 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. Osmos with the skip pass. St. John cuts in. Gets it back to Osmos. His 3-point shot goes up, no good. Broncos come down with the rebound. And great heads-up opportunity there by Glover, knowing that St. John was coming behind him, trying to tip the ball away. Gonzalez now with the ball toward Villalobos. Spins to his left, cuts through. Tries to throw up the shot. That one does not go. Mckeel comes up with it. They are going the other way. Osmond gets it to Corralquill. And there will be a foul on the play. That foul is going to be on number 15, Gonzalez. That is going to be his first and the 4th one on the team. And this has been the Broncos' downfall. As we've seen in the last few games, they are known for this JV team to foul, foul, foul. And that is how Fort Meade was actually able to get back into the game this past Tuesday night. Fort Meade hitting all 11 of their free throws in that 4th quarter to force the overtime that the Broncos won. Smith now driving down, passes it away, intended for George, and that one is going to go out of bounds. 2:37 to go here in the opening quarter. Wildcats leading this one by 3. Wildcats inbounding it from the far sideline, making their way up. St. John tries to get it down to Howell, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Will be Broncos ball. Smith looking to inbound it for the Broncos. Wildcats again on this full-court press. Smith trying to dribble through it. He will now pass it up, and just like that, Broncos do have a fast break opportunity, but they will pull back and hold. Quick pass back to Patterson. Patterson cannot get that lane to go as that ball is tipped. Patterson sent it up to Smith, and Smith will start to set up this offense. Coming down with his left hand. That spinning layup goes around. That one goes. 5 points on the night for Smith. It is now 11-10. Osmond has it. Quick pass down to St. John. Back to Osmond. Gets it down to Howell. Gets it out to St. John. St. John dribbling and looking out. Gets it back to Osmond. That 3-point shot goes up. That 3-point shot goes. 14-10. Broncos now slowly making their way up, and that one's going to be taken away by the Wildcats. Going the other way. Pass down into the corner. And it's going to be taken away by the Broncos. The Broncos, coming up that near sideline. Here comes Gonzalez with the jumper. That one does not go. That one is going to go out of bounds. Wildcats will get possession of the ball. 1:21 to go here in the opening quarter. St. John will be looking to inbound it to Osmond. Broncos going with a 2-1-2 zone defense. Quick passing around. St. John has it. That ball is going to be tipped away. But Collis Squirrel able to get it back. The pass into the corner. That 3-point shot goes up. Does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Quick back to Smith as he makes his way up. Pass over into the corner to Walker. Gonzalez now from the logo, 48 seconds to go, going to his left. Wildcats playing a 1-4 man-to-man defense. Gonzalez is going to have to advance, or he's going to be called for a 5-second violation. And the Broncos fans going crazy on the other side of the court. Fantastic crowd tonight. That ball is going to be loose, and it's going to be a backcourt violation. And Hawthorne is going to make the argument that that ball was tipped away. And that's the only way that the ball would have made it into the backcourt. Referee is not buying the argument. 25.8 seconds to go. Wildcats leading this one by 4. St. John looking to inbound it. He'll get it to Messiah. Messiah trying to break through this heavy pressure. Gets it to St. John. St. John goes ahead. He cuts in, looks around, spins, gets it to Osmond. Passes it down low. Broncos go ahead. They tip it away. Wildcats get it back, and that one's going to go out of bounds off of the Broncos. That was Aiden that tried to throw the ball up for the Wildcats. St. John is going to go ahead. He will inbound it for Mckeel. 8.4 seconds to go. Mckeel having a 4-point lead here in the opening quarter. That ball is going to get tipped out of bounds again. Milliseconds coming off the clock. Clock now showing 7.5. Ball will be inbounded on the near sideline, right by the Broncos bench. Ball gets inbounded. Aiden goes ahead, spins it around, gets it to Osmond, and there's going to be a whistle on the play. Foul is going to be on number 11, Bolivier. That is going to be his second and the 5th one on the team. So again, this Broncos defense committing foul after foul after foul. Osmond will go ahead. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. He has 3 points tonight. Wildcats are 3 for 4 from the line tonight. First free throw goes up. First free throw goes. It is now a 5-point lead, 15-10. Osmond with countless dribbles. That shot goes up. That shot goes. Broncos trying on the fast break, and that last second shot does not go. The prayer by Gonzalez was not answered. So your score after one, the Wildcats leading the Broncos by a score of 16-10. So one thing, if you were Coach Hawthorne, you have to imagine he is telling this Broncos club, you need to start playing defense with your feet. You need to make sure that you are not committing all of these fouls. When you have a team like Mckeel that can shoot, you do not want them to continue to go to the charity stripe time in and time out. And the Broncos already do have 5 team fouls. Bolivier has 2, Gonzalez has 1, Lynch has 1, and Richards has 1. Scoring summary for the Broncos. Smith leads the Broncos with 5 points. Walker has 3, George has 2. On the flip side, for the Wildcats, Howell has 6, Osmond has 4, St. John has 3, all 3 of his coming from the free throw line, and Thompson has 2. Wildcats only have 1 foul, and that is on St. John. So the Broncos this time wasting no time breaking the huddle early. Mckeel will go ahead, and they will inbound the ball from the far sideline. Again, for the second quarter, just like the first quarter, Mckeel will be shooting to the basket to our right and the camera's right. Broncos will be shooting to the basket to our left and the camera's left. John Shigaris here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Messiah making his way, that quick skip pass, and that is going to be a traveling violation as Osmond took a few steps back to try to get the three-pointer. Smith will go ahead. He will inbound it. Yet another full-court press by the Wildcats. Gonzalez looking down, trying to go to his right hand. Quick passing down. Broncos do have numbers now. That shot goes up, and that shot is not going to go, but there will be free throws being shot by Smith. That foul is going to be on 21 Aiden. That is going to be his first and the second on the Wildcats. Smith already is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He had the point after on the and one in the closing minutes of that first quarter. He has 5 points tonight. His first shot goes up. That first shot goes. And ever since Smith did join the team recently, he has brought a spark to this offense. Second shot up, that second shot goes. 7 points on the night now for him. Broncos have cut the lead to 4. It is now 16-12. Broncos now on a 2-1-2 full court press. And Mckeel able to break it right away, but that pass is gonna go just a little too far. And the Broncos will end up getting the ball, intended for Aiden, just past his reach. Wildcats again going on a full court press. Smith inbounds it, gets to Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to take it down the near sideline, pass it down to Smith, and this is exactly what the Broncos need to do to break that press. Only effective way to break that press is pass, 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 and the Broncos did it to perfection right there. That foul is going to be on number 22, Derek. That's going to be his first and the third on the Wildcats. First shot goes up, first shot does not go. As Patterson looks for his first points on the night. Three dribble squares, the second shot is up. That second shot is a swish and is now a 3-point game, 16-13. Broncos tap that one out of bounds. It'll stay Wildcats ball. Broncos again with this full court press. Broncos try to take it away. It was loose, but the Wildcats come back up with it. Wildcats now breaking the press. And the Broncos are able to strip it away. Excellent defense by Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez has it taken away, and the Wildcats are going the other way. Quick give and go. That layup is up. That layup is going to go by Calasquillo. It is now 18-13. And there will be a foul on the play. And that foul is going to be on number 34. I'm assuming it is 33, and that'll be Howell. That is going to be his first, team's fourth. That first shot goes up. That first shot by Ellis does not go. Broncos are now 4 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Second shot's up, second shot rolls around, and that one goes in by Ellis. 18-14, Broncos have scored all of their points from the free throw line tonight. Broncos steal the ball, get it back, trying to get points the old-fashioned way, and they'll go ahead, they will pull it out. Walker now driving back in, and Walker has served his lunch, but he is gonna go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. That foul is gonna be on number 22, Derek. That is going to be his second and the fifth one by the Wildcats. So Walker going to the line to shoot a pair. 3 points on the night tonight. First shot goes up. First shot does not go. Second shot goes up. That second shot goes in. Broncos go ahead here. They'll make a substitution. George makes their way back in. And there will be a 30-second timeout on the floor. 5:45 to go. Broncos have cut this lead to 3. All 5 of the Broncos' points this quarter coming from the free throw line. Broncos have been great from the free throw line tonight. 6 for 9 from that line. And again, such an absolute incredible atmosphere here tonight. It is blackout night from Davenport High School. In-house DJ, and this atmosphere is incredible. Broncos fans, Broncos students did turn out tonight as was expected. So Mckeel will go ahead. They will inbound the ball under their own basket. Referee reminding them there was a timeout, so you can run the baseline should you choose. And just like that, Mckeel very quickly breaking the press. Howell gets nailed. Nothing called. Broncos come down with the rebound. Ellis making his way as the Broncos varsity team letting this JV team know that they have their back. And there is going to be a foul on that play. It looks to be on Patterson, and it is. That's going to be called on number 21, Patterson, his first and the 6th on the team. So from this point forward, the Wildcats will be going from the free throw line, and they are a great free throw shooting team. Crasquillo taking his time, bringing the ball up. Dishes it down into the corner. Run around in the world, that three-point shot goes up. That three-point shot does not go. Broncos come down with it. Ellis spinning around as he makes his way up the court with his left hand. Passes it down to Walker. Walker now from Valogo. Going left and right, trying to shake that defender. Now going to his left, passes it on down. Smith kisses it off the glass. That one goes, and it's a one-point game. Smith now with 9 points on the night. Mckeel with the quick passing, breaking the press, coming down. That three-point shot is up. That three-point shot is not going to go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Mckeel does have this full court press going. Broncos able to break it. Quick passing down, gets it to George. George lets that three-pointer fly. George connects with the three-pointer, and the Broncos have a first lead of the game, 20-18. Mckeel quickly bringing that ball down the court. That floater is going to go in by Osmond. 20-20, we are now tied up. George wasting no time getting down the court. Passes it to the top of the key, gets it to Smith. Varsity boys basketball team all standing trying to get this gym into this game. That ball is loose and the Wildcats are coming down on the fast break. That shot goes up. That finger roll will go by Carrasquillo. It is 22-20. So again, you hoping you can hear this atmosphere at home. It is deafening here. And that ball is going to be taken away. Mckeel making the way up the court again. Passing in the corner, three-point shot by Messiah goes up, does not go. And that one is going to go out of bounds. It will be Broncos ball, 3:32 to go here in the opening half. Mckeel leading this one by 2 points. Mckeel going ahead and making some substitutions. Broncos will inbound it on that far sideline. Mckeel again with a full court press. Passing up, gets to Patterson. That one's going to get knocked out of bounds. Broncos will keep possession. Hawthorne telling Ellis to slow down this tempo just a little bit. George will go to inbound it on the near sideline right by Mckeel's bench. That'll get passed into Walker. Walker by midcourt starts to advance up. Heavy pressure on him as he spins, come down with his right hand. That ball is loose, bodies diving on the floor, and there will be a jump ball called. 3:36 to go. Broncos will be making a substitution as Glover will look to enter the game. Broncos were inbounding the ball under their own basket. Running a stack on the near sideline up by the free throw line. George slaps the ball. The Broncos break. That layup goes up, does not go. Broncos are able to come down with the rebound. That was Smith pulling down his own rebound. Ellis with the ball with the far corner, gets it to Smith. Smith is going to dribble it to the top of the key, gets it over to George on the near wing. Back to Smith. Smith dribbling back. Far enough back that there's not a pressure for the 5 count. Glover now with it, going to his left and dribbling in. Broncos were trying to clear, and there will be a foul on the play. And that foul is going to be on number 3, Carrasquillo. That is going to be his first and the 6th on the team. So from this point forward, both teams will be shooting from the free throw line. George will inbound it. Ellis will take it in the backcourt. 2:42 to go now here in the first half. Ellis taking it with his right hand, driving down the lane. Pop-up jumper off the glass. That one goes. We are tied back up at 22. Ellis with his 3rd point of the night. Wildcats now pull up for the jumper. That one goes by St. John. That is going to be his 5th point of the night, 24-22. Broncos dribbling through the press. It is a 3-on-2 pass, was intended for George, but it ends up going out of bounds on the Broncos. Mckeel Wildcats will take possession. Broncos going with a full court man-to-man. Quick passing by Mckeel. From the top of the key, gets to St. John. He lets that three-pointer fly. That one does not go. Mckeel quickly getting the rebound, and Howell gets the putback. 8 points on the night for him. Mckeel now up to a 4-point lead. Smith trying to dribble through this press down that far side. That layup opportunity rolls around, and that one rolls in. It is a 2-point game, 11 points on the night for Smith. Mckeel coming around, coming off of the triple team. That lay-in goes up, does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. That is Ellis. Ellis pass it up. Broncos now applying the pressure. That layup goes up, does not go. Broncos getting the own rebound, but Patterson cannot get it to fall. Mckeel coming up. Cresquillo had it. Now pass it up to Osmond. Back to Cresquillo. To Osmond, he lets that three-pointer fly. That one does not go. Cresquillo has it as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the first half. Broncos playing a modified man-to-man, but Cresquillo is far enough back. Coming off of the pick. Cresquillo into the paint, dishes it off to St. John. Quick around the world, back to St. John. That shot goes up, does not go. Broncos going the other way. They can tie it up here. That layup by Smith does not go, just a little too hard. Wildcats going the other way on the fast break. Layup does not go, and there will be a foul on the play. 41 seconds to go. And that foul will be on George. That is his first and the 7th on the team. So again, from this point forward, both teams will be shooting free throws. Cresquillo will shoot the pair. He has 4 points on the night. First shot goes up, first shot does not go. Both Broncos and Wildcats making some substitutions. Cresquillo's second shot is up, bounces around. That one does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Broncos look to pass it up to Richards. Richards gets it back to George. George diving in, gets it to Smith. Smith with the three-point shot. Smith connects with that three-point shot. And again, we have said it the last few games, he has definitely sparked the offense since he has joined the club. And of course, Smith now getting back to get that defensive rebound using his speed. Wildcats on the fast break going the other way now. Cresquillo did have it. He will now pull up. Wildcats will hold for the last shot. Pass it down. St. John gets it up just a little too hard, and there was going to be a whistle as the Wildcats stepped on the baseline. Discussion will be there. Are they going to put any time back on the clock in the first half? Hawthorne wants a few seconds put back on it. Hawthorne calling his team back to the bench, thinking that time is going to get put back on the clock. The Wildcats are walking off of the court. Referees are now calling the teams back in. We will see how much time gets put back up. 2 seconds will be put back on the clock. So 2 seconds is plenty of time to be able to catch and shoot. Broncos currently leading this one by 1, 27-26. And the Broncos getting out there. Ellis will inbound the ball. Wildcats are playing way back. Again, this clock will not start until the ball is touched. That's going to get knocked away by the Wildcats. Their Hail Mary attempt is not answered. So your score at halftime, the Davenport Broncos 27, the Mckeel Academy Wildcats 26. We will step away here at halftime here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back. Back here from halftime, the Broncos leading this one by a score of 27-26. Your leading scorers for the Broncos, Smith has 14. And again, this has definitely been a very different look Bronco team ever since Smith joined on a few weeks ago. He has 14, George has 5, Glover has 4, Ellis has 3, and Patterson has 1. On the flip side for the Mckeel Academy Wildcats, Howell has 8, Omas has 6, St. John has 5, Carrasquillo has 4, and Derrick has 2. Broncos are looking okay in the foul department. They did have 17 fouls in the first half, but when it comes to foul trouble, there is only 1 in foul trouble. Bolivar has 2, and then they have 5 players with 1. Those 5 players being George, Gonzalez, Patterson, Lentz, and Richards. On the flip side for the Wildcats, same deal. Only 1 in semi-foul trouble. Derrick has 2 fouls, and then Carrasquillo, St. John, Aiden, and Howell each with a foul apiece. So the Broncos have been playing so many close games from the JV side, and it's going to be amazing to see what this program is going to continue to grow in the future. Davenport High School being a brand new school that opened this past August. And to be able to start to have this depth through the program, to be able to play all of these close games is going to gain all of this experience for this JV squad that they're going to be able to carry over in the coming years for the varsity squad. But on the flip side, when you take a look at the varsity, they only have 1 senior, and that is in their center, Brinley Vandeveer. So the Broncos will be able to take this entire team back, minus Vandeveer, and be able to go through a summer camp, and it's going to be even more dangerous to see what they are able to do next season. Not saying that they haven't done well this season, because they have 10-7 on their debut season. As we get ready to come out of halftime, 7 minutes are back on the clock. Broncos being 3rd in the division when it comes to the varsity, which again, for a first-year program is incredible. We will see if it's good enough to host a first-round home playoff game. As tonight, the Broncos will be going against the number 1 team, the Mckeel Academy Wildcats. Broncos have already defeated the number 2 team, the Discovery Spartans. So Mckeel will inbound the ball. They will be shooting to the basket on the left. Broncos will be shooting to the basket on the right. Carrasquillo has it going toward the far sideline. Quick skip pass around. Gets to Osmond. Osmond with the quick spin move. That running floater kisses it off the glass, and that one goes. Just like that, the Wildcats take a 1-point lead. Wildcats on a full court press. Broncos trying to break it. That ball is loose, going right through the Broncos' hands. Coming up the other way, Carrasquillo, he lets that 3-pointer fly, and he gets that one to hit. And just like that, the Broncos are down by 4. Coming up the near sideline, that is Smith. That one goes out of bounds off of the Wildcats. Broncos will inbound it on the near sideline right by their bench. George looking inbound, finds his man. Bolivar has it, gets it back to George. George skips it down. Glover now has it from the top of the key and now backing up. Making the defender come to him, coming off of the pick. Smith has it, skips it over to Walker. Walker now driving by, he finds his lane, kisses it off the glass. He is fouled, but go ahead and count that basket. And that foul is going to be on number 30, Thompson. That is going to be his first and the first of the half for the Wildcats. 6 points already on the night for Walker. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Looking for the point after to completely and one, and he will get that and one. And the referee is going to go ahead. He is going to step in and say that it was a violation on Walker, so that shot is not going to count. So go ahead and take those 2 points off of the board, or that 1 point off of the board. And it is now 31-29. Wildcats coming down on that fast break. And there will be a foul down underneath. And that foul is going to be called on number 4, George. That is going to be his second in the game, first of the half for the Broncos. And the Wildcats will go back to the free throw line. That is Howell, who currently has 8 points for the Wildcats. First one goes up, first one does not go. Wildcats now 4 for 9 from the free throw line tonight after hitting their first 4. Second shot goes up, second shot does not go. Osmond comes up with the rebound, gets to the top of the key. Carrasquillo has it, he will back up toward the logo. 5:45 to go here in the third. Broncos playing a zone. Thompson skips it around. Carrasquillo gets it back to Thompson. Thompson tries to get it back low. Darted away, gets the ball back, puts up the shot. Broncos coming away down the other side. Here comes Smith. Smith will take it himself, kisses it off the glass, and Smith gets his 16th point of the night. And we are tied back up at 31 apiece. Wildcats taking their time coming up, breaking that press. Carrasquillo will take it back toward the logo. Past Osmond, back to Carrasquillo, now going toward his left. Skip pass down, that shot goes up. That shot is not going to go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Walker able to get past the pressure. Quick pass into the corner. Glover's three-point shot goes up. Glover's three-point shot is good. 3 points on the night for him. And the Broncos now have a 3-point lead. The Wildcats not wasting any time going down. And there will be an and one and a foul on George. That is going to be his third and the second on the Broncos. So Howell is now up to 10 points of the night. And he's going to go for the and one opportunity. And Ellis will check in for the Broncos. And George will go ahead. He will take a rest. Howell looking to connect on the back end of the 1-and-1. That shot is up. That shot will go. And we are tied back up at 34-34. Back and forth, nip and tuck we go. That ball is loose. Broncos are able to save it. Smith has it knocked away again. Broncos will take it again. And that is going to be a foul on the play. And the foul is going to be on number 3, Carrasquillo. That is going to be his second and the second on the Wildcats this half. So Broncos were inbounded at midcourt on the far sideline. 4:39 to go. We are tied up at 34. Gets it down to Smith. Smith is going to take it himself, and there's going to be a traveling violation called on him. Wildcats will get the ball back. Wildcats looking to break this press. And they do effectively with the pass. Carrasquillo has it, now makes his way up back toward the logo. Carrasquillo picks up his dribble, pass it down to St. John. Skip pass over to Osmond. Osmond fires it down to St. John. He gets that shot up, and that one will fall for him. And Mckeel has taken the lead back. It is 36-34. Broncos now coming up that far sideline, breaking the press. Glover has it. That running floater goes in, and that is now 5 points for Glover. And the Broncos have tied it back up at 36. Wildcats quickly break the press. But Thompson will hold, now passing down low. That rolling shot by Osmond does not go. Gets his own rebound. Broncos come up with it. They're going the other way. And there will be a foul on the play for Mckeel. That'll be the third foul on the half for Mckeel. That was on 14, St. John. That is his second. Broncos were inbounded from that far sideline. We'll get it to Smith, and he will take it deep in the backcourt before advancing up the court. Mckeel playing a straight-on man-to-man. Smith coming off of the pick. Now picks up his dribble, has to give it away, gets it to Richards. Richards gets it right back to Smith. Smith trying to advance up with his left hand, but instantly denied. He tries again, and there will be a foul on the play. And that foul will be on number 5, Osmond. That'll be his first, and that is now the 4th on the Wildcats. Broncos will take it on the far sideline right at midcourt again. Walker has it. He will inbound it to Smith, who is in the backcourt as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Smith passes it to Richards. Richards now driving down. Quick pass down low, and that one is not going to go in. There will be a foul on the play. That one is going to be on number 33, Howell. That is going to be his second and the 5th on the team now. Patterson is going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 1 for 2 so far tonight. First shot goes up. First shot connects. Broncos have taken the lead back now, up by 1. Second shot up. That second shot bounces around, does not go. Mckeel comes up with the rebound. Mckeel now quickly making their way down the court. Cresquillo has it. Broncos able to get back to set up their defense. Messiah has it. Quick passing around. That three-point shot is up. That three-point shot will not fall by Osmond. And the Broncos come up with it. Broncos with that quick, and that is going to be an offensive foul called on Richards. That is going to be his second foul and the 3rd on the Broncos, as Mckeel was able to plant to get that contact. Broncos now on a full court press. Osmond gets the ball, looking on the near sideline, passes it back to St. Jean. He's looking to get it up court. Gets it back to Osmond as Osmond is going backwards. And there will be a 30-second timeout. 2:31 to go. Broncos currently leading this one by a score of 37-36. And this game continues to go back and forth, back and forth. And that has been the story of this JV team the last few games. This game is starting to become reminiscent of Tuesday night's game. A game that the Broncos JV were able to win in overtime 50-46 against the Fort Meade Miners. And when you're playing those close games, you start to gain as much experience as you can. That is when your basketball knowledge, your basketball growth truly starts to develop. It'll get to the point where you start to react instead of thinking out on the basketball court. So Mckeel will inbound it into the backcourt as Cresquillo makes his way down. Passes it into the corner. Gets it to Messiah. Messiah driving in. Pass underneath. That shot goes up. Does not go. And there will be a foul in the paint on the Broncos. That foul will be on 35 Richards. That is now his 3rd and the 4th on the team. Wildcats looking to inbound it. Ball is loose. Broncos will jump right on the loose ball. That'll be a jump ball. Broncos making the substitution. Ellis coming into the game. Broncos getting the ball, so a turnover by the Wildcats. We will reset. Ball is handed off, and away we go. Take 2 with 2:17 to go here in the third quarter. Quick passing up the near sideline to Walker. Walker tries to get it up the court to Ellis. That ball is now loose. Ellis comes up with it, gets it down low. That shot goes up. That shot is going to go in, and Caban gets the points to fall. 39-36 now. Broncos are back up to a 3-point lead. Whistle on the play. That is going to be the 5th foul for the Broncos this half. Mckeel inbounds it. Messiah making his way toward the top of the key. Quick pass around to Osmond has it. Gets it down into the corner. That shot flies to no avail. Wildcats come up with the rebound. Osmos gets that three-point shot up. That one does not go. Again, Mckeel coming down with the rebound. Broncos not able to box out at all on this possession. Quick skip pass underneath. Smith tries to tip it away for the Broncos. Ends up to St. John. Kisses it off the glass. Does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Quick three-point shot goes up. Three-point shot by Glover falls. 8 points on the half for him. And the Broncos now have a 6-point lead. Broncos able to take the ball away. Quick pass into the corner. Another three-point shot up. That one does not go. Mckeel comes down with the rebound. Broncos save it. But going the other way is Mckeel. That one does not go down. Broncos coming down with the rebound. That was Glover with the rebound. So Glover getting it done on both ends of the court. Patterson's three-point shot goes up. That one's going to go long. That one will go out of bounds. Mckeel will get the ball. 48.9 seconds to go. And Gonzalez will go ahead, will check in for the Broncos. Aiden and Thompson to check in for the Wildcats. Broncos make another substitution, late substitution, as Fadol will make his way into the game. So the Broncos again on a full court press as we have less than a minute to go. Fast break opportunity. That reverse layup does not go. Fighting for the ball is Thompson, and he is rewarded with the basket. 42-38 now. Broncos trying to break through the pressure. That layup goes high off the glass, rolls out and rolls in. But Fadul gets for the layup. Smith with a three-point shot. Smith connects with another three-point shot. Quick passing down by the Wildcats. That shot is up. That shot does not go. That'll go out of bounds. It will be Broncos ball. 7.9 seconds to go. Plenty of time for the Broncos to go ahead and get that ball up the court. Pass it up to Smith. Smith with that layup. Kisses it off the glass, and that one goes. Broncos getting the ball, but Smith cannot get that to go. So we have 7 minutes to go in this game. Scoreboard is showing 47-38 with the Broncos lead. And Smith and Glover coming alive for the Broncos that quarter. Glover coming up with 8 points, hitting 2 3-pointers. Smith went ahead, he added 7. On the flip side for the Wildcats, Howell added 3 to his total. Carrasquillo also added 3. Howell leads all Wildcat shooters with 11 points now. So Broncos were able to come out of that halftime, and they knew what they had to do. They had to start playing some solid defense with their feet. And they did that. They didn't have as many fouls in that half as we have traditionally seen Broncos do in quarters for this JV team. And again, the Smith factor continues to be out there. Mckeel will go ahead and they will inbound the ball to begin the fourth quarter. Broncos currently leading by 9. Carrasquillo in the backcourt to receive the pass. And Broncos will go ahead and let Carrasquillo slowly bring the ball up. Pass it down to Messiah. Messiah dishes it down in the corner. That skip pass back to Carrasquillo. He'll back up looking down, gets it back to Messiah. Messiah coming down the near lane. Ball is loose, it is on the ground. Wildcats had it. Broncos try to take it back. And the Wildcats will go ahead, they will dribble it right out of bounds. That was Derek to dribble it out of bounds for the Wildcats. Broncos will now make their way up the court. That is Glover. He tries to pass it back to Smith, but Derek ends up getting the ball. He will go in and he will be tripped as he makes his way to the basket. And that foul will be on number 15, Gonzalez. That is going to be his second and the 6th on the team. So from this point forward, the Wildcats will be going to the free throw line to shoot. Quick skip pass up. Osmond has it, drives in. That ball is loose, gets his own recovery, and now gets his own rebound, puts it back. That basket is going to count. That foul is going to be on number 14, Fadul. That is going to be his first and the 7th now on the team as a number of substitutions are making their way in. As Osmond will go for the point after. 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight with 8 points. And that point after is good. So the Wildcats have cut the lead to 6. Broncos again trying to dribble through this press, something you cannot do. Gets to Smith, he kisses it off the glass, does not go. Wildcats have it, they're going down the other way. 2-on-1, quick pass down to Carrasquillo. His layup goes up, his layup goes in, and just like that, it is a 4-point game. And the Broncos are gonna go ahead and they are gonna call a timeout. So the Wildcats starting this 4th quarter quickly scoring 5 points. Wildcats doing exactly what they had to do. Looking to make that adjustment, starting to apply that pressure. Forcing the Broncos to go ahead and call that full timeout. Your timeout situation, the Broncos have 3 timeouts remaining. The Wildcats have 3 timeouts remaining. As we take a look at the foul trouble, Broncos do have 2 with 3 fouls. That is number 4, George, and number 35, Richards. They also have 2 who have 2 fouls. That is Bolivier and Gonzalez. Fadol has 1 foul. Patterson has 1, and Lynch has 1. On the flip side for the Mckeel Academy Wildcats, no one deep in foul trouble. Carrasquillo, St. John, Derrick, and Howell each have 2. Osmond, Aiden, and Thompson each with a foul apiece. Broncos do have 17 fouls here in the second half, so from this point forward, Mckeel will be going to the charity stripe. Broncos will inbound it. They will have to go the length of the court. That is Smith to inbound. Quick pass around, tries to get it back to Smith. That ball is loose. It is going to go out of bounds, and Mckeel will get the ball back. Mckeel inbound it on the baseline. Osmond has it, gets it back to St. John. St. John hands it off to Carrasquillo, who comes off for the screen. Deep three-pointer is taken. That one is not going to go. Broncos come down with the rebound. Glover tried to take it himself all the way, but to no avail. Mckeel will end up getting the ball back. 5:41 to go in this 4-point game. First of this 2-game doubleheader. At the conclusion of this game, we will have the varsity game between these 2 teams. Broncos on a full-court press, and that is how you break the full-court presses with the pass. But that one is just out of the reach by Thompson, so Broncos will end up getting the ball back. Patterson will check in for the Broncos. He will make his way in. Lynch will go ahead, and he will get a rest. So Smith will inbound it under their basket. Gets it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Smith. Quick passing now. Here comes Glover in. Glover with the shot. That one is up, and that's going to be a 2-point shot by Glover. Coming on down, and that shot is going to go up, and that will roll in by St. John. Back to a 4-point lead, 5:10 to go. Broncos now trying to get through this. That is going to be Smith. Smith with the juggle, now passes it down to Richards. And the Broncos will go ahead, they will set up the offense as Gonzalez takes it back to the logo. And Gonzalez taking his time without the pressure. Picks up the dribble and passes it down. Patterson has it. Quick passing around, that shot goes up, that one cannot connect. Broncos are able to take it away for the moment, And it's going to go out of bounds off of Mckeel, and the Broncos will take possession of this ball. As Smith looks to inbound, Broncos running the stack on the far side toward the free throw line. Quick passing, Gonzalez will take it back to the logo. He has pressure now, taking it with his right, trying to drive by. Back to his left, to his right. Now coming off of the pick, now starting to drive on in. Passes it back. And there's going to be a foul on Mckeel. That is going to be on number 14, St. Jean. That is going to be his third and the 6th one on the team. So after this ball is inbounded, from this point forward, every foul will result in free throw shots. Gonzalez now making his way down, passes it to Smith. Smith looking very confident at the top of the key. Quick passing around, Bolivier now coming in, gets it back to Smith. Broncos killing some time on this clock as we go under 4 minutes now. Smith going to his left, driving in, and then instantly pulls right back out. Smith is going to have to advance, or he'll be called for a 5-second violation, and before he can, the Broncos will go ahead and they will call a 30-second timeout, 3:48 to go. Broncos currently leading this one by 4. Your score, 49-45. But in this fourth quarter, it has been all Wildcats. Wildcats have put up 7 points on the board. Osmond throwing up 3, Carrasquillo 2, and St. Jean putting up 2. Broncos have only responded with 2 points, and those 2 points have come by Glover. Where we currently sit, it is a 4-point lead for the Broncos. Broncos now have 2 timeouts left. The Wildcats have 3. The possession error is in favor of the Broncos. Smith will inbound it on the near sideline. And they will get it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it back to Smith. Smith is quickly double teamed. Going to his left, quick pass down. That one's going to be taken away by Mckeel. That fast break opportunity is caught by Carrasquillo, and Smith goes ahead and knocks it away. A huge block. Smith continues to get it done all over this court. He's hitting 2s, he's hitting 3s, and now a huge block there. And Smith definitely coming into his own on this Broncos team. Osmond has it, gets it to Carrasquillo. Back to Osmond on the near side. Carrasquillo on the top of the key. 3:25 to go now in this ball game. Down into the corner, St. John's three-pointers up does not go. Guess who? That is Smith coming down with the rebound. Ball is loose, and Mckeel is all over that, and there will be a jump ball. Hawthorne having some quick discussion as the possession error, at least on the scoreboard, was in the Broncos' favor. Referee saying they're keeping it themselves, and it is the Wildcats' ball, and that is the way we go. Osmond has it, he's driving in, and he will be called for a traveling violation. Osmond trying to plead his case to the officials that it should not be traveling. But Broncos will get the ball. Bolivier to inbound it, gets it to Glover. Glover making his way up that near sideline, dishes it off to Smith. Smith instantly double teamed, and he gets it back to Glover. Into the corner, that three-point shot is up. That one cannot fall by the Broncos. Wildcats now making their way up the court. Carrasquillo has the ball, and there will be a foul on the play. That is going to be on number 15 for the Broncos. That is Gonzalez. That is his third and the 8th on the team, and Mckeel will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Carrasquillo is 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight with 9 points. First end of the 1-and-1 is up. That first end of the 1-and-1 connects, and it is now a 3-point game. Ball is back to Carrasquillo. Takes a few dribbles, sets, fires, and he hits both ends of that 1-and-1. It is now a 2-point game, 2:40 to go. Broncos now making their way up. That is Smith. Takes it himself, kisses it high off the glass, and Smith connects yet again. Wildcats now making their way up. Gets it into the corner for Osmond. Quick pass to St. Jean, back to Osmond. He lets that three-pointer fly. That one is not going to go. Rebounded by Mckeel, and they are going to go ahead, and Howell connects with that two. We are back to a 2-point game. Just about 2 minutes to go in the game. Broncos quickly trying to break the press. Smith has it. He is quickly double-teamed. He gets it up to Walker. Walker gets it back to Smith. Smith from the logo to Walker from the near sideline. Walker now switches to his right, trying to shake the defender. Broncos trying to hold on to this 2-point lead, and that would be a 5-second violation, as Walker was not able to advance. Broncos making substitutions as Richards makes his way back into the game. So huge defense by the Wildcats late in this one to cause the turnover. Quick passing around, Carrasquillo has it now back into the corner. That three-pointer goes up, that three-pointer falls from Messiah, and just like that, it is a 1-point lead for the Wildcats. Broncos now making their way down, and that ball is loose, and Mckeel jumps all over it, 1:30 to go. And Carrasquillo is going to take his time with the ball coming up, and there will be a 30-second timeout called by the Wildcats, and the Wildcats have been on absolute fire this quarter, scoring 14 points to the Broncos 2, and that has brought them all the way back, and they now have that 1-point lead. As we look at our timeout situation, Broncos have 2 timeouts remaining. The Wildcats have 2 timeouts now. That was their 3rd timeout they just called. Both teams are in the bonus. We will be shooting free throws the rest of the way through this 124, and if needed, and beyond. Broncos going out. They are quickly going to go ahead. They are going to break from the huddle first. Broncos do have 3 with 3 fouls. That is George, Gonzalez, and Richards. The Wildcats also have 1 with 3 fouls. That is St. Jean. Broncos needing to play some quality defense here. Playing with their feet. No need to foul just yet. So the Wildcats will inbound. That'll be St. Jean on the far sideline at midcourt. And they get it back to Carrasquillo in the backcourt. And up he comes again, a 1-point lead. 52-51. Carrasquillo comes off of the screen, gets it to Messiah. Back to Carrasquillo. Hands it off to St. Jean. Gets to Osmond, into the corner for Messiah. Messiah coming off of the pick, dribbles in, now dishes it back out to the top of the key. Carrasquillo will once again set up this offense. We are under 1 minute to go now. Carrasquillo gets it over to Messiah. Messiah back to Carrasquillo. He is back by the logo. Broncos now applying pressure, gets it to St. Jean, back to Messiah. So Wildcats just keep playing keep away right now. Messiah driving in, pass it down into the corner for Osmond. Skip pass over to Carrasquillo. He will make his way down, and the Broncos will now foul. That foul will be on Smith. That is going to be his first and the 9th on the team. And it will be 1-and-1 for the Broncos. Aiden George will check in. So Carrasquillo to go to the line to shoot the pair. He is 2 for 4 tonight. Earlier in this quarter, he did hit back both ends of that 1-and-1. First shot is up, first shot goes, and it is now a 2-point lead, 53-51. Second shot is up, second shot. And there will be a timeout by the Broncos. We will see if that free throw shot did count after the inadvertent horn that was developed, as the referees will go ahead and they will talk to the official scorers about it. So each team, and again, as the officials talking with the official scorers over this score. They are going to go ahead and they will count that basket. It is 54-51. 31.1 seconds on the clock. So if you're the Broncos, there is plenty of time. There is no need to go ahead and quickly go down and throw up a three-point shot. There is time to have more than one possession in here. The worst thing the Broncos could do is quickly come down the court, throw up that three-point shot, have it miss, and have the Wildcats come up with the rebound. Broncos right now need to come down the court, get a quality shot off. Again, there is no need to shoot the three now. So the Broncos will inbound the ball, trying to go the length of the court. The Wildcats have a full court press on. Smith to inbound the ball. Smith will now make his way up, dribbling down that far sideline, kicks it into the corner. That three-point shot goes up, does not fall by Ellis. And Mckeel comes up with it, fast break opportunity. They dish it out, and Mckeel once again is going on their time kill. Thompson has it, and he is going to be fouled. And that foul is going to be on number 12, Glover. That is going to be his first and the 10th on the team. So from this point forward, the Wildcats will be shooting a pair. Thompson with 4 points on in the night will shoot his first free throws. 3-point game, 14.2 seconds to go. First shot goes up, and it is now a 4-point game. Wildcats have now gone 6 for 6 from the charity stripe in this quarter. Second shot up, second shot goes, and that has been the difference in this fourth quarter. And the Wildcats are going to go ahead and they will call a full timeout as they extend this lead to a 5-point lead, 14.2 seconds. It is now a 2-possession game. And again, there is your difference in the game. It is so reminiscent with that game on Tuesday that the Broncos had against Fort Meade, in which Fort Meade shot 11 from 11 from the free throw line to force that game into overtime. This time it is the Wildcats going 7 for 7 in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats have actually hit 8 for their last 8. If you go back into the third quarter where Howell hit that one free throw, which was that point after attempt after he hit that layup when he was fouled. So 14.2 seconds on the clock. It is a 2-possession game. Wildcats leading this one by 5. Wildcats calling that timeout to discuss how they want this defense to be set up. And that ball is going to be taken away by Mckeel as it was stolen on the inbound. Osmond has it, and there will be a foul, and that one's going to be on number 2, Ellis. That is going to be his first team limit. So Chris Kriller will go back to the line to shoot a pair. He is 4 for 4 in this quarter. He is 4 for 6 overall with 13 points on the night. 57-51. Second shot is up. That one does not go, and he gets his own rebound, and the Broncos were just standing there, and they're still standing there. And Broncos head coach, Coach Hawthorne, cannot believe what he saw in the closing seconds down the stretch. So the free throws are what ended up giving the Wildcats this victory. They end up winning this one by a score of 57-51. And again, free throws were that story, reminiscent to that game on Tuesday. We will go ahead, we will pause, we will have warm-ups for the varsity game. We will be back in 10 minutes with our pregame show here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. Greetings, fans, and welcome to tonight's Broncos Broadcasting Network Boys Basketball Varsity Contest between the 10-7 Davenport Broncos and the 13-6 Mckeel Academy Wildcats. And it is blackout night here at Davenport High. Many fans all over sporting their Bobcat black or their Broncos black and gold. I'm John Shigaris. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Broncos are looking to rebound from a losing effort this past Wednesday night when the Broncos traveled to Haines City to take on the Hornets and fell by a score of 57-52. Tonight's the Broncos facing the Mckeel Academy Wildcats team that are on a 5-game winning streak, and they have impressively outscored their opponents 364-224 during that stretch, averaging 72.8 points per game during that stretch. Their last two victories coming in a tournament that they hosted. This past Saturday night in the championship round in the tournament, they faced the Eagles from Grace Baptist Academy, a school located in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, who made the trip down to Florida. The Wildcats would end up winning the game 62-50 and would be the winners of the 2022 Wildcats Shootout Tournament. The Wildcats are led by senior Cameron Brown, who averages 17.2 points per game, 3.2 steals a game as well. Senior Blank Sheffield added 5.6 rebounds per game. Against common opponents, both teams are 4-2. The Broncos defeated Lake Buena Vista and Discovery while splitting a home-and-home series against Frostproof and Haines City. The Wildcats, on the other hand, have defeated Lake Buena Vista. They've defeated Frostproof, Mulberry, and Haines City, while they have fallen to Lake Wales and Discovery. You may remember Discovery, that was the team in which Butler hit that near half-court walk-off shot. As we compare these two teams, the Broncos usually start off hot, scoring more often in the first half, while the Wildcats are more reserved and they score most of their points in the second half. Broncos this season have averaged 55.2 points per game, while the Wildcats have averaged 66.8 points per game. Tonight's game is going to be pivotal in the 4A District 7 standings and could end up affecting who gets that first round bye. Mckeel Academy is currently in first place by percentage points with their 13-6 record. Discovery Academy is in second place with a 14-7 record. Davenport Broncos in third place at 10-7. Tenorock is in fourth with a 7-9 record. Mulberry is in fifth at 6-8. And Lake Region is in last at 4-17. So as it stands, the Davenport Broncos will be hosting their first home basketball playoff game. We have 1 minute and 38 seconds till tip-off. We didn't have a true post-game show for the JV, so let's run down list. The JV Mckeel Academy Wildcats defeated the Broncos by a score of 57-51. Carrasquillo had 14 points, Howell had 13, Osmond had 11, St. John had 9, Thompson had 6, and Messiah had 3. On the flip side for the Broncos, Glover had 10. Smith led all scorers with 23. And again, we talk so often during this game how he has just really come into his own and has helped propel this JV team. It is going to be fun to see what Smith ends up doing in the future. Walker had 6 points, George had 5, Ellis had 3, and Patterson had 2. So again, this game is so huge when it comes to playoff seeding. We just have 1 week left in the regular season after this week, and that is next week. The Broncos do have a few home games next week. They will lead off against Celebration on Tuesday night as we go under 30 seconds until tip-off. Varsity games, we do have the 3 officials coming. Broncos now coming into their huddle. Mckeel will go ahead and get ready to go. We will go ahead, we will pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back here, right after the national anthem, here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. Eight minutes are on the clock as we get ready for this pivotal matchup in the 4A District 7 division of the Florida High School Athletics. For the HSAA. Again, you have Mckeel Academy coming in first place by percentage points. They are at 13-6. Davenport in third with their 10-7 record. And sandwiched in between them is Discovery with a 14-7 record. Again, it is blackout night here at Davenport High School. This is the second ever blackout night. The first one was the first football game of the season, in which the football team fell to the Tenorock Titans in overtime. Brindley Vanderveer will go ahead. He will jump it for the Broncos. Going against Sheffield, who will jump it for the Wildcats. Broncos in white, shooting to the basket to the left. Wildcats in blue, shooting to the basket to our right. And the Broncos win the tip, and Butler will bring the ball up, and we are on our way. Quick pass into Vanderveer. Vanderveer passing it around. Peguero had it, got it to Butler. Butler looking down. Now making his way with his left-hand side before cutting back up. Plenty of pressure on him before making its way back to the logo. Peguero has it, passes it back up to Butler. Again, Butler does have pressure. Gets it to Vanderveer. Vanderveer looking down low. Quick passing around. Butler now has it on that far wing. Quick skip pass. Gets it to Negron. Negron gets it back to Butler. Butler starting to drive in. Raganmore wants the ball as he'll start to run the motion. Gets it back to Negron. Negron picks up his dribble, but gets it back to Vanderveer. Vanderveer back to Butler on the near side as we go under 7 minutes now. That shot goes up by Raganmore, and Chase ends up getting the first points of the night on the ball game. Broncos on top, 2-0. Wildcats now bringing the ball down. That is Sessions with the ball. Ends up flipping it to Morris. So we quick go around the world, and that pass will get right back down to Morris. Great give and go, and it is quickly 2-2. And Coach Jones is going to waste no time in calling that first timeout. 6:44 to go. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called to him. So Coach Jones wanting to quickly go ahead and let his team know that this is not how Broncos are going to play in this environment, and it is an absolutely packed house. One of the biggest crowds we have had here for boys basketball. The only crowd, as I quickly glance up, that I remember that was bigger was that pivotal game against Discovery a few weeks ago. You may remember that was a game in which Butler hit that half-court Hail Mary shot, and his prayer was answered. So we are tied up at 2, 6:40 to go. Raganmore gets it to Negron. Negron skips it up to Butler. Butler going to his left, passes it back up. That three-point shot by Negron is up. That one will fall. 5-2 now. Wildcats making their way down that far wing. Trying to cut in, gets it to LaFleur. LaFleur gets it down to Brown. Brown starting to drive in. He pulls back, tries to get it back to the floor. He kisses it off the glass, and that one goes. His first points of the night. Broncos lead by 1. It is 5-4. Wildcats on a full-court press. Raganmore dribbles right through it. That ball goes out of bounds off of Raganmore, and the Wildcats will take it away. One thing that we have said constantly during these broadcasts, and I lost count how many times we said it in the JV game, when it comes to a press, you cannot break a press dribbling. And that's exactly what happened here as the ball got dribbled out of bounds. Wildcats now running the motion. Top of the key as Sessions makes his way in, kicks it back. He spins it around, gets it to Brown. Brown will pull it back. 5:45 to go here in the opening quarter. LaFleur has it looking down, gets it to Sheffield. LaFleur has it. He goes to his right, spins out, gets it to Brown. Brown quickly double-teamed before taking it back to the logo. Coming off of the pick, Brown spins right by that pull-up jumper. That one goes, and the Wildcats have their first lead of the game. 6-5 as the Broncos now facing pressure. Gets it up to Butler, 3-on-2. Butler dishes it off. That ball is loose and taken away by the Wildcats. So the Wildcats defense coming up, and that is going to be a traveling violation called on the Wildcats. That'll be on Brown. Broncos will end up getting the ball. 5:10 to go here in the opening quarter. So the Broncos will inbound it on the near sideline. Negron rushing over to inbound it. Moore has it, dishes it down low. That jumper goes in by Peguero. Broncos get the lead back now, 7-6, going the other way. Fast break opportunity. Broncos with an amazing block by Brinley Vanderveer. And Vanderveer has come up with so many key blocks and so many key points down the stretch. Wildcats will inbound the ball now. That is LaFleur who gets it back to Sheffield. Sheffield driving down that far line, ends up kicking it back to Brown. Brown now trying to drive in with his right. Butler applying that pressure, coming off of the pick, and that is going to be an offensive foul on the Wildcats. That foul will be on number 2. That is Brown. That will be his first and the first one on the team as the Wildcats make their first substitution of the game, as Moody will make his way into the game. Correction, that was 22 Morris who that foul is on. 22 Morris, not Brown. Moore making his way from the top of the key. 4:40 to go here in the opening quarter. Broncos leading by 1. That pass is going to be knocked away, and the Wildcats going the other way on the 2-on-1 fast break. Kisses it off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Moody, cannot get it to go. LaFleur will take it back, and now Brown will take it from the top of the key as they go ahead and set up the offense. LaFleur has it as we go around the world. The shot by Brown is up, does not go. That one is going to go out of bounds off of the Broncos. So Wildcats will get possession on that far sideline. LaFleur will go ahead and inbound the ball. 4:18 to go here in the opening quarter. Moody will go out to receive it, gets it to Sessions. Sessions driving in from the paint. That floater does not go. Ball is loose. Broncos come down. Fast break opportunity. Here comes Butler. Butler passes it back, but Vanderveer cannot get it to go. Butler end up getting the rebound, though. He cuts in, passes it to Pagan. He shoots it up, and that one goes. Peguero has his 4th point of the night. It is now 9-6. Brown coming in, and that pressure is being applied by Butler. Sheffield has that ball knocked away. Dishes into the corner. That 3-point shot does not go. Moore comes down with it. Pass intended for Negron is intercepted by Sessions going the other way. Brown tries to put it up. It was a pass to Moody, and that ball is going to end up going out of bounds. It will be Broncos ball. 3:33 to go here in the opening quarter. Broncos coming out strong, leading this one by a score of 9-6, and this is exactly what the Broncos had to do. They had to come out scoring early and often and set the pressure, set the tone. But the Wildcats defense continuing to come up big. Pass back to Brown. Brown set up for the 3, but thought better of it. Crowd wanted a traveling call. Sheffield has it coming down the near sideline, kicks it down to LaFleur, gets it back to Brown. He kicks it up, and it is now a 1-point game, 9-8. Brown with his 4th point on the night now. Moore gets it to Vanderveer. Vanderveer kicks it up the court. Negron coming in. His pass back to Butler. Butler, 3-point shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net. First 3 points then up by Butler. Broncos now with a 4-point lead. Wildcats trying to apply the pressure, quickly making their way down the court, trying to catch the Broncos on their heels, but to no avail. Kicks it into the corner. That's for Moody. Moody gets it back to the floor at the top of the key. Hands it back off to Moody. Quickly going around the world for Brown on the far side. Tries to head up toward the top of the key. Kicks it down into the corner for Moody. Moody gets it back for Brown, and Brown will pull it out. 2:25 to go here in the opening quarter. Sheffield dishes it down to Moody. Moody down to Brown. Brown back to Moody. That ball is on the floor. Vanderveer comes up with it. Broncos with a 3-2 break. Butler will end up pulling back. Waiting for the rest of his team to come on down as we approach the 2-minute mark. Broncos leading by 4. And that ball is going to be taken away. Brown will go up for the layup. That one goes 12-10. Brown now with his 6th point of the night. Vanderveer taking it up. Gets it to Butler. Butler now crosses half court. We are under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Broncos leading by 2. Moore has it. Coach Jones wanted motion to be run. Moore takes it with his right, pulls up for the jumper. That one does not go. Broncos cannot secure the rebound either. Wildcats coming up, ball knocked loose. Butler now comes down that far sideline. Negron calling for the ball in the near corner. But Butler will keep it himself, coming off of the screen from Vanderveer. Gets it to Ragan Moore. Chase hands it off to Negron. Negron driving in before pulling back out, looking toward Butler. Hands it off to Butler. Butler with the long-distance three-point shot. Does not go. Vanderveer gets it, passes it off. Nice give and go to Negron. That is his 5th point of the night. Broncos back to a 4-point lead. But again, the Wildcats wasting no time. Coming down, three-point shot by Brown does not go. Rebounded by Vanderveer, rather, getting it to Ragan Moore. Under a minute to go. Butler coming off of the screen by Peguero. Gets it to Negron. Negron now coming off of the screen from Vanderveer. Ragan Moore has that ball stripped away, and we are going the other way, and that is going to be a layup that is going to roll in and out for Sessions. Sessions ends up getting his own rebound, and Broncos end up getting that rebound. That ball took an eternity to decide not to go in the basket. Coach Jones screaming to his team to look at the clock as there is 15 seconds left in the opening quarter. Butler now coming in, gets it to Ragan Moore. Ragan Moore gets it to Negron, 5 seconds to go. Negron gets in the corner by Butler. Butler's last second jumper does not go. And 8 minutes are in the books. That first quarter is over. Broncos currently leading by a score of 14-10. And what a great fundamentally defense game it was for both teams. With only one foul being delivered, Mckeel has one foul. The Broncos didn't commit any fouls. Your leading scorers after that first quarter, Negron had 5 points for the Broncos. Peguero had 4. Butler had 3. Ragan Moore had 2. On the flip side for the Wildcats, it has been all Brown all the time. Brown scoring 6 points, Morris scoring 2, and the floor adding 2. So you have to imagine Coach Jones is telling the Broncos, hey, what you did in the first quarter was awesome. It was great. You absolutely need to keep that intensity going in the second quarter. Continue to play that solid defense. And the Broncos have been playing amazing defense with their feet, not committing any of those fouls. Broncos have also been able to break this press. They've been able to break it by passing the last few possessions down. In the beginning, they tried to do it through dribbling. Coach Jones called that timeout and was able to reinforce, no, that is not the Bronco way. Taking a look at our timeout situation, Broncos have 4 timeouts left. The Wildcats have their full complement of timeouts. So the Wildcats will go ahead to inbound the ball to begin the second quarter. First free throw opportunity. And they'll get some clarification as Vanderveer wasn't even in the game at the time. So it's going to be on Ragan Moore. That'll be his first and the team's first. Sheffield looking for the point after, looking to cut it to a 1-point game. That shot goes up. That one does not go. Vanderveer comes down. Broncos quickly coming down. Butler kicks it into the corner for Ramirez. Ramirez top of the key. Butler fakes, now drives, gets it on in. What an awesome lay-in for Vanderveer. His first points of the night. Broncos extend the lead back to a 4-point game. Wildcats now running a motion. The floor gets it down to Sessions. Sessions looking down. Kicks it back into the corner. The floor gets it back to Sessions. Sessions now driving. He kissed it off the glass. That one does not go. Vanderveer comes down with it. Quick handoff to Ragan Moore. Butler able to tip that away to keep it back for the Broncos. Ragan Moore coming down the court. He will get his 4th point of the night. It is now 18-12. Brown with the ball, gets to Sheffield from the top of the key. Back to Brown, he can shoot. That three-pointer goes up, and that three-pointer will go. 18-15, lead cut in half. It is now a 3-point game. Vanderveer able to pass it up to Butler. Butler goes behind his back, gets it back to Ragan Moore. And Broncos will be called for the foul. That is going to be the second on the Broncos this half. Coach Jones preaching for his team to slow down and take it easy. No need to rush at this point. No need to make those mistakes. That ball goes up in a lane by Sheffield. That is his 4th point of the night. It is now a 1-point game. Coming up the near sideline, that is David. Has the ball taken away. Wildcats could take the lead on this possession. Pass it down. That one does not go. Vanderveer comes up with the layup. Ramirez slows it down before the Broncos quickly get it up court. Moore skies, but he can't get it. Gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Kicks it down into the corner. 3-point shot by Ramirez is up. Vanderveer gets for a rebound, and he is going to be hacked. And they're going to call that a jump ball. Broncos coaching staff cannot believe that was called a jump ball. 5:45 to go. Broncos will get possession as Peguero checks back into the game. Broncos looking inbounded. They will inbound it to the backcourt. Butler will get it. Moore has it on that far side. Gets it to David from the top of the key. David skips it over. Butler looking down. Vanderveer has it, backing in. Gets it back to Butler. 5:20 to go now here in the opening half. Moore now looking down. Peguero has it back to Butler. And the Broncos are going to get called for a 3-second violation. 5:13 to go. Wildcats will be making a substitution as Ace Vito will come into the game and Sheffield will take a rest. So the Wildcats could take the lead on this possession as Brown brings the ball up that far sideline. Wildcats passing it down low, trying to work it in back to LaFleur. That 3-point shot will end up falling. 5 points on the night for LaFleur. Wildcats now with a 2-point lead. To the near sideline, David passes it back to Moore as the Broncos break the pressure, or they do not. Wildcats coming the other way. That layup is up. That layup will go by LaFleur. 22-18, just like that, the Wildcats with a 4-point lead. Into the corner, David coming on in. He pulls up. That one is going to get blocked, and the Wildcats will be going back the other way again. Brown with the ball at midcourt. 4:20 to go. Passes it down into the corner. That is LaFleur. As the Wildcats running a motion, Brown now trying to take it down that far sideline. Broncos coming up with it, and they will be called for a traveling violation, as David was not able to plant his feet as he was moving around on the court. Ball being inbound into the backcourt as Brown takes his time coming up, gets it into the corner for Jensen. Quick pass down to Morris. Morris gets it back to Jensen. To the top of the key for Brown, and Brown is going to take his time to set up this offense as we go under 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Quick drive in, gets it back to Jensen. Jensen now trying to drive in. That shot is up. That one does not go. Vanderveer skies to pull down that rebound for the Broncos. Moore coming down that far sideline, and he is going to be called for a traveling violation. Coach Jones will go ahead. He will have the substitution come in. Negron will come in. Moore will go ahead. He will take a break on the bench. So Brown taking his time coming up now. 3:30 to go here in the opening half. That shot goes up, does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. David now pushing the tempo up. Waiting for Butler to come back. Tries to pass it back to Butler. Brown tried to take it away. Butler now passes it down. That lay-in goes up by Peguero. That is his 6th point of the night. Broncos have cut it to a 2-point deficit. That jumper goes up, but not good by Morris, and Butler is now coming the other way. Brown is all over him as Butler cuts in. Kisses it high off the glass. Vanderveer with the lay-in, now with the tip in. Second tip-in does not go. He'll now kick it back out to Butler. His three-point shot does not go in. And there will be a foul on the play, and it will be called on Van de Veer. And that is going to be the first on Van de Veer and the third on the Broncos team. Broncos go ahead, they will make another substitution. Van de Veer will go ahead, he will take a quick rest as Mckeel will come into the game. Sessions will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. 2-point game, under 3 minutes to go here in the opening half. Quick pass down low, and the Broncos deflected. Butler now coming the other way. Butler now driving with his right hand. That lane does not go. Wildcats will now take the ball down the far side of the court. That is Brown. Brown does have 9 points on the night. Gets his own rebound, make it 11 points on the night for him. Back up to a 4-point lead for the Wildcats. Butler will now take it down that far sideline. Broncos were able to break the press. That three-point shot by Negron goes up, does not go, and that one will go out of bounds. Broncos will get possession of the ball under their own basket. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. David will go ahead and will inbound it for the Broncos. Broncos running a stack and a one. Ball gets inbound to Negron. He is able to capture the ball. Going to his left as he comes in. He does have Butler to his left. Butler's now coming up to help. But he ends up bringing Brown, the defender, with him. Butler now coming off of the pick, and that ball is going the other way. That is Brown, who tries to kick it up the court, but Negron will end up coming up with the steal. 1:45 to go. And Coach Jones has seen enough. He is going to call a full timeout with 1:46 to go. Broncos have 3 timeouts after this one. Full complement of timeouts for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats have come out this quarter scoring 14 points to the Broncos 6 points. Brown has had 5 in this quarter, and LaFleur has had 5. Sheffield has added in 4. Broncos have started to get a little sloppier on their defense and have started going back to the ways of here's a press. I'm going to try to dribble through the press. Van de Veer is now as well as he is on the bench instead of boxing out, just trying to continue to tip that ball in. And that is why you have to assume that Jones pulled him from the game at that time. Broncos needing to go ahead and just slow down. They know the game they want to play. They know the game plan. Now it is the time to execute. Play your own game. Do not play the game the Wildcats want you to play. So Broncos will come out. 1:46 to go here in the opening half. They will inbound the ball on that far sideline. That would be David to inbound it. Looks like it'll be inbounded to Negron. Negron will go into the backcourt, as will Butler. Now, of course, both coming into the near court. And Broncos do get it into Negron. Quick passing down into the corner. That three-point shot goes up, does not go. Wildcats going the other way. That was LaFleur with the rebound. Kicks it up to Sessions, up by the logo. Gets it back to LaFleur. LaFleur looking down. He did have Hedson. Sheffield now making his way around. 1:20 to go now. Quick bound pass in, that is Hedden. He gets it back to LaFleur. LaFleur will go ahead, he'll dish it back to Sheffield. Sheffield will get it to Sessions as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the opening half. Sessions dribbling by, left hand, gets the right-handed layup to fall, 26-20. First points of the night for Sessions. And that ball is going to be taken away by LaFleur. Broncos diving onto the floor to try to cause the jump ball, but it will be Wildcats possession. 51.4 seconds to go. Wildcats will go ahead and they will make a substitution as Ace Vito will make his way into the game. Ragan Moore will check back in for the Broncos. Moore was told he would have to wait until the next whistle until he can make his way into the game. That ball is inbounded back to Sheffield. Sheffield dishes it down into the corner. Pass down low to Sessions, and that ball is not going to go in, but there will be a Bronco foul. 45.4 to go. Foul is going to be on number 12, David. That is going to be his first and the fourth on the team. Sessions will go to the line to shoot a pair. He has 2 points on the night. First free throw does not go. The Wildcats are now 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Moore checks in on the flip side. Long will go ahead, will come in for the Wildcats. Second shot is up. That second shot does not go. Broncos taking the rebound. Moore will go ahead. He will take it himself. Going to his left, passing it down to Butler. Butler flirting with that three-point shot before calling it off. Under 30 seconds to go. Broncos trailing by 6. Broncos will get possession to begin the second half. They would love to add some points here. Moore ends up handing it off to David. David hands it off to Butler. Butler going to his right. He'll make his way back to the logo. 10 seconds to go now. Butler starting to drive in, gets it to Moore. He skies, and he is going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 3, Lytle. That is going to be his first and the second on the team. Moore will shoot the first free throws for the Broncos tonight. First one is up. That first one goes. And we know how much Coach Jones preaches how much free throws mean in these games. Second shot goes up. Second shot does not go. Broncos come down with the rebound. And there will be they're going to call the jump ball on. No, they're going to call a foul on number 3. It will be on Lytle. That is going to be his second. Team has 3. Broncos rushing to get substitutions in. That is Negron. That'll make his way in. He'll come in. Shakel will come out. .7 seconds to go. Gets it into Moore. He gets that floater to go, and it will not fall, and we will go to halftime. Your score, 26-21. So as we take a look at that second quarter, it was all Wildcats all the time as they came up with 16 points. Your leading scorers for the Wildcats. Brown has 11 points. Sessions has 2. Morris has 2. LaFleur has 7. Sheffield has 4. On the flip side for the Broncos, Moore has 5. Negron has 5. Butler has 3. Peguero has 6. Vanderveer has 2. We will step away for halftime here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. Your score at halftime. The Mckeel Academy Wildcats 26, Davenport Broncos 21. We'll be right back here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. And we're back here coming into halftime. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go. The Mckeel Academy Wildcats leading this one by a score of 26-21. Half. Peguero had 6 points. Negron had 5. Moore had 5. Butler had 3. And Vanderveer had 2. On the flip side for the Wildcats, Brown had 11. And that is that senior Brown that we went ahead and we showcased earlier in this game. He is definitely coming as advertised. LaFleur had 7. Sheffield had 4. Sessions and Morris each had 2. There you are. So that second quarter was all Wildcats, scoring 16 points. being led by Brown, who did have 5. The floor also had 5. Wildcats defense coming up big, forcing the Broncos into turnover after turnover after turnover. Broncos in turn only scored 7 points in that second quarter after coming out like a house of fire in that first quarter. If you're Coach Jones by the Broncos, you definitely want to try to revert these Broncos back into the ways of that first quarter. Going ahead, boxing out, holding the Wildcats to 1 shot and 1 shot only. And when that press is applied, making sure that we are passing out of the press and we are not trying to dribble right through it. 45 seconds till the third quarter begins. Again, it is blackout night here in Davenport High School, the second ever blackout night, first one for the boys basketball program. As we take a look at the timeout situation, Broncos have burned 2 of their timeouts. They have 3 remaining. On the flip side, the Wildcats have yet to call a timeout. Really no foul trouble to speak of. Lytle has 2 for the Wildcats, and Morris has 1. On the flip side for the Broncos, David has 1, and Ragan Moore also has 1. So we have 10 seconds until this third quarter begins. The Broncos will start with possession. Broncos wearing the home white. They are going to be shooting to the basket to our right. The Wildcats, who are wearing the visiting blue, they're going to be shooting to the basket to our left. 8 minutes are back on the clock. We get ready to play this third quarter. So definitely look to see how the Broncos respond coming out of halftime, because that second quarter was all Wildcats all the time as they began to run Ramshaw down the court. Wildcats the first to break the huddle. Wildcats are on the court. Broncos taking their time. Here comes the whistle from the referee. Broncos will now make their way out. Broncos to inbound on that far sideline. Negron looks around and he dumps it on down. And that quick give and go and an awesome basket by Peguero. That is his 8th point of the night. It is down to a 3-point lead. Wildcats taking their time coming down. Broncos electing not to press, instead going to a modified 2-3 man-to-man. The floor has it, skips it over to Brown. Brown leading all scorers with 11 points. He is the team leader in points for the Wildcats. Morris from the top of the key looking down. Gets it to Sheffield. Sheffield fires it down. And there is going to be a jump ball. And the Wildcats will get the ball under their own basket. 7:21 to go here in the third quarter. Quick shot, kisses it off the glass, but cannot fall. Broncos on this fast break opportunity, able to get in the putback, and that one is going to go in by Ragan Moore. Broncos have cut it to a 1-point deficit. Sessions with the ball. Kicks it down into the corner. Gets it down on the floor. Who was driving? That ball is loose, and it will be Broncos ball. So Broncos wanting to continue this intensity that they have come out to begin this second half in. Wildcats will go ahead. They will make a substitution. Moody will make his way into the game. The floor will go ahead and will take a rest. Butler looking to inbound the ball, and he does to Negron. Negron picks up his dribble, gets it to Ragan Moore on the near sideline, and Ragan Moore tries to dribble out of it. Now instantly faced with a double team, gets it to Butler. Butler pulls up, gets it down to Vanderveer. Back to Ragan Moore, he gets it back to Butler, and Butler will set up the offense. Broncos trailing by 1. Brown playing heavy defense, coming through the screen. Butler kisses that one off the glass to no avail. Vanderveer comes up with it. He cannot get it to go, but he will be fouled. And that foul is going to be on number 21, Sessions. That is going to be his first, and the first on the Wildcats in this second half. Vanderveer will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. He has 2 points on the night. First shot is up, and we have a tie game at 26 apiece. Broncos are now 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Broncos scoring 5 unanswered points to begin this third quarter. Vanderveer's second shot is up, second shot goes. Broncos regain the lead. It is now 27-26. Sessions with the ball coming up that far sideline. Again, the Broncos electing not to press, but now do have pressure as the ball crosses over. Moody dribbling down, gets it back to Sessions. Sessions gets to Brown. Brown now driving in that quick pass. That one's going to get knocked out of bounds. It'll go off of Sessions. Broncos will take the ball back. 6:08 to go here in the third quarter. But the Wildcats are applying a full court press as they will go ahead. They will make a substitution as the floor will come in. Morris will take a rest. Butler to inbound the ball. It is a 2-2-1 full court press by the Wildcats. Negron has it. He will take it himself. He will dribble right through. Pulls up. Right-handed layup goes up and in. Broncos now with a 3-point lead. 7th point of the night for Negron. Sessions on that far side coming in. Hands it off to Brown. Brown hands it to the floor as the motion play is run. Again to Sessions. Sessions tries to drive in. That ball is stripped and he is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on number 35, Peguero. That is going to be his first, and the first on the Broncos this half. Ace Vito will go ahead. He will check in for the Wildcats. Moody will go ahead and will take a rest. The Florida inbounded on the baseline, gets it up to Ace Vito. Ace Vito coming in. He kicks it back to Sessions. Sessions making his way back toward the logo. 5.5 to go here in the third. Sessions now switching to his left as he tries to drive in. And there's going to be a foul. Coach Jones wanted a traveling call. That is going to be the second foul on the Broncos this half. Sessions looking to inbound at 5:25 to go. Vanderveer ends up scooping it away, and he passes it up to Negron. Negron can't get in the fast break opportunity, so he is going to pull back and wait for numbers. Vanderveer dives on the floor to keep it away. Dives again to keep it away. Butler sets up that three-point shot. That three-point shot goes. Another huge three by Butler. 6 points on the night. It is now a 6-point game. Sessions looked like he was going to try a three before pulling it back. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Sessions now trying to drive in, gets it back to Ace Vito. That ball is going to be stripped away, and Negron is now going to take it away for the Broncos. And again, Negron will pull up. Gets it back to Butler. Negron with the three. That one does not go. Wildcats come up with the rebound. 4:35 to go. Senior Brown and leading scorer with the ball. Gets it to Sheffield. Sheffield trying to drive down. Gets it back to Sessions. His three-point shot goes up, does not go. Vanderveer tips it down to Butler, and Butler making his way down the court. Switches to his left. Ball is knocked away. Wildcats come up with it. Going the other way. Gets it to Brown, but that's going to go ahead of him. Brown tries to save it to no avail. Broncos will get the ball. 4:07 to go. Sea of substitutions as David will check in for the Broncos. Morris will check in for the Wildcats. Broncos will go ahead. They will inbound it. 4:07 to go. David ends up inbounding it. Ragan gets it, starting to come in. David will go ahead. He will fly down. Ragan picks up his dribble, gets it to Vanderveer. Vanderveer gets it back to Ragan Ragan driving down, gets it to Negron. Negron hands it off to David as the Broncos continue to run this motion. David goes ahead, fakes, and tries to get the layup. That one does not go, going the other way. That layup is going to go up. That one will fall for Morris. First points of the half for the Wildcats. 32-28, Negron now with the ball. Passes it down, that shot goes up, and that shot is going to fall by Peguero. Broncos extend the lead. We are back to a 6-point lead. Brown trying to drive on that far side. Quick handoff, top of the key to Morris. Morris back to Brown on the near side. Brown coming in, kicks it back to Morris. Morris trying to drive, instantly double teamed. He tries to throw that shot off. That was deflected by Vanderveer. Broncos now going the other way. Ragenmoor dishes it down into the corner. Negron coming in, quick pass around. Ragenmoor will go ahead. He will set up the offense. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Negron now has it. Heavy pressure. Gets it to David. David now coming around. And that foul is going to be called on David. So that's going to be the first foul called on Brown, second one on the Wildcats this half. David will go ahead. He will inbound it on that far sideline. 2:42 to go. Gets it into Negron into the backcourt. He'll make his way down, dribbling with his right, switches to his left. Heavy pressure on him from Sessions. That ball is going to get knocked away, and Brown has it, and Brown is going to get hit from behind. 2:31 to go. That's going to be on Peguera. That is going to be his second and the third on the team. As Butler will go ahead, he will make his way back in for the Broncos. Broncos currently leading by 6. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Sessions gets it to Morris. Morris back to Sessions. Sessions trying to drive down. He is quickly denied. Broncos with the double team. Brown trying to get the ball. That ball goes up. Butler comes up with it. Butler has it stripped away by Sessions. And there's going to be is that an offensive foul or a travel? Referee's back was to the play. It is going to be an offensive foul on Brown. That is going to be his second, and the team now has 3. So Broncos looking to capitalize on the turnover. 2:12 to go now. Again, the Wildcats on this full court press. Get it into Ragenmoor, gets it back to Butler. And that's going to be a traveling violation on David. Coach Jones will go ahead, he will make the quick substitution. Negron will go ahead, check in. David will take a rest. Moody would go ahead and inbound it from the near sideline. 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. Kicks it back to Brown in the backcourt. Brown now coming up toward that far sideline. Looking down, he does have Sessions, who he gets it to on the near wing. Looking down toward Moody. Moody is cutting back toward the basket. Picks up his dribble, heavy pressure coming down. That ball is going to get kicked down. Sheffield has it back to Moody. That running shot goes up. And it's now a 4-point game, 1:40 to go. And that ball is taken away. Brown will take that one. Brown will get it in, and is now a 2-point game. You wonder how long until Coach Jones will call that timeout. Broncos trying to come down, and that is Butler. Gets to Ragenmoor, kicks it down. Vanderveer gets that lane. That goes in and out, going down. Wildcats can either tie or take the lead on this possession. 1:15 to go. Sessions coming down. That one's going to get knocked away, and Vanderveer coming up gets it to Butler. Butler rolling that ball, and there will be a foul. Wildcats wanted a traveling violation called on that one. Foul is on number 22, Morris. That is his second, team's 4th. Wanted it as Butler was literally, by our looks, looked like he was rolling the ball up the court. Negron will go ahead. He will inbound it. Vanderveer is in the backcourt. Gets to Ragenmoor on the near wing. Ragenmoor spins, fires, connects. 36-32. Sessions coming up on the near wing. Under a minute to go here in the third, and that is going to be a carrying violation by Sessions. Broncos looking to capitalize on the turnover. They have done so effectively this third quarter, and the Wildcats will go ahead. They will call a timeout with 52.6 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Broncos have come out in this third quarter like a house of fire, scoring 15 points. Butler has 3.5. Negron 2. Raglan Moore has 4. Vanderveer got both of his points from the charity stripe, and Peguero got 4. On the flip side, the Wildcats only have 6 points in the second half. Leading scorer Brown has 2, and Morris has 4. So you have to assume what Coach Jones is telling the Broncos right now. You have been playing excellent defense the first 7 minutes and 7.4 seconds of this third quarter. Continue to hold this pressure down. Possession arrow does go to the Wildcats. You'd have to assume Coach Jones would love the Broncos to force a jump ball to give Broncos possession to begin that fourth quarter. But no need for that as we begin with Butler getting the ball, looking to inbound. And he does to Raglan Moore. Under 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Raglan Moore switches to his right and he drives. Gets the defender off of him. He will hand it off. Mears coming down, gets it to Butler. Butler able to regain possession. Brown is all over him. Raglan Moore looked like he was going to drive to the hoop before pulling back, and Brown is now all over him. Almost like a boxing one here being run as Brown is all over whoever has the ball. Butler gets it to Raglan Moore. 20 seconds to go here to go in the third quarter. Sessions now coming up. Raglan Moore tries to drive by him. Raglan Moore pulls out. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Switches to his left. 3 seconds to go. Raglan Moore now driving in. He gets that shot off from the free throw line extended, but it does not fall, and it is going to be a 4-point lead as we go into the fourth quarter. Broncos were able to capitalize for 15 points in the third quarter. That is the most points they have scored in a quarter tonight. But above all else, what gave the Broncos the lead? They only held the Wildcats to 6 points in that third quarter, which has been so huge for this Broncos team to go ahead and step up, starting to box out, breaking the press with passing instead of trying to dribble through, and at the same time holding the Wildcats to one shot only, capitalizing on the Wildcats' turnovers and mistakes. As we look at the foul situation, really nobody is in trouble. Peguero has 2 for the Broncos. On the flip side for the Wildcats, Brown, Little, and Morris each have 2. Broncos have 3 timeouts remaining. The Wildcats have 4 timeouts. Wildcats will start this fourth quarter with possession of the ball. So Broncos looking to continue down this fourth quarter, exactly what they did in this third quarter. Referees' whistles are now being run, trying to get the teams to make their way out. So the Wildcats trying to figure out why the Broncos all of a sudden have possession. As the possession arrow was facing the Wildcats, we also had the Wildcats with possession. But the Broncos will go ahead and they will start this fourth quarter with possession. Wildcats cannot believe it. Raglan Moore was trying to drive on in. That shot goes up and there will be a foul, and Chase will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. That foul is going to be on number 22, Morris. That is going to be his third now, 5th on the half. Chase is 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight with 9 points. First shot goes up, first shot goes. 37-32 now, 5-point lead. And now referees quickly having discussion with the scorer's table. Checking to go ahead and check possession. Raglan Moore's second shot goes up. Second shot does not go. Brown comes down with the rebound. Brown making his way down that near wing, passes it down to Sheffield. Sheffield skies, that hook shot will go ahead and will float on in. Just like that, it is a 3-point game, 37-34. Dragonmore making up, ends up getting up to Negron. Negron passes it down to Vanderveer. Ball is loose, scooped up by Peguero. He can't get it to go. Ball into the corner. Butler's three bounces up. That does not go. Negron pops up, gets the ball. Dragonmore, he'll try a three-pointer. That goes off the front of the rim. And what a dive by Negron to dive on the court to make sure the Broncos keep possession. Diving down, and Peguero is going to get nailed. He's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And that foul is going to be on number 2, Brown. That is going to be his third and the 6th on the team. So from this point forward, the Broncos will be going to the free throw line to at least shoot a 1-and-1. Wildcats and the Broncos quickly rubbing their feet, and now a towel to try to dry down the court. Peguero has 10 points on the night so far. Coach Jones has pulled Vanderveer over to discuss the game with him. 2 shots. Peguero's first shot is up. The first shot does not go. Negron goes ahead and hustles in to make sure the Broncos do have 2 players in there to try to get the rebound. Second shot is up. Second shot does not go. Rebounded by Sheffield. Sheffield will kick it down to Brown. Under 7 to go. Sessions will come in. That reverse lay-in ends up going. And just like that, it is now a 1-point game. Vanderveer facing pressure, and there will be a foul on the play. That's going to be on number 22, Morris. And just like that, Morris has 4 fouls. And Vanderveer will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. He has 4 points tonight, connecting on both of his free throws in the third quarter. So again, the Broncos will be shooting the rest of the way. Free throws so critical for this team, and that is something Coach Jones has preached since the day he took over this program. First shot goes up first, end of the 1-and-1 goes down. 38-36. Broncos are now 5 for 9 from the free throw line tonight. Vanderveer plants his foot, dribbles 3 times, spins. That second shot goes up. That second shot goes. Vanderveer 4 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Broncos increase their lead to 3. Sessions on that far sideline. Comes off of the pick, gets to Sheffield. 3-point shot by LaFleur goes up, does not go. Vanderveer skies to get the rebound. Vanderveer wanted the foul called, but Butler will go ahead and slowly take possession of the ball. Brown is all over him, and that ball is going to get knocked off of Butler and will go out of bounds. Butler trying to plead his case that it was actually off of Brown. So Sessions now driving on in, and that lane does not go. Dragonmore skies to pull it down. Butler quickly facing the double team. Sessions is all over him, and Sessions is going to get called for the foul. That is going to be his second foul, 8th on the team, and Butler is going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. He has 6 points on the night so far. First shot goes up, first shot goes. 40-36 now. Broncos extending the lead to 4. Second shot is up, second shot goes. Broncos have now hit 4 straight free throws. Brown now coming down, passes it to Sheffield. Sheffield trying to drive down. Quick pass back to Brown. He will set up the offense. Under 6 minutes to go now. Brown gets to Sessions. Sessions trying to call a play. Gets it back to Brown. Brown throws up that 3-point shot. Goes up. No avail. Peguero pulls it down for the Broncos. Butler slowly making his way up the court. 5.5 to go. Raglan Moore has it, switches to his left. Coming off of the pick, gets it to Negron. That ball is off of Negron's knee and will go out of bounds. And all you can hear is Coach Jones preaching over there about the turnovers that did not need to be made. Unforced turnovers are a killer in basketball. See if the Wildcats can capitalize on the turnover here. The floor has it, gets to Sheffield. Sheffield coming off of the pick, gets it back to Sessions. Sessions quickly double teamed, puts an armbar past Butler. Quick pass around, the floor has it now. Passes it down to Ace Vito. That ball is going to be taken away by the Broncos, but the Wildcats try to take it right back. Knocked out of bounds. It will be Wildcats ball. Under 5 minutes to play in this game. Broncos holding on to a 5-point lead. The floor looking to inbound the ball. And Sessions might have gotten away with a backcourt lair. The floor gets it back to Sessions. The floor back to Sheffield. Sheffield trying to come off of the pick, but Butler fought right through it. Sessions back to Brown. Brown switching to his left, trying to drive in. Skies that shot, and it falls on in. 41-38, down to a one-possession game. Raglan Moore switches to his left. He makes it up to Butler. Butler goes to his left. Gets it back to Raglan Moore. Chase trying to drive in, and the foul will now be called on Sessions. That is going to be his third foul. The team now has 9. And Raglan Moore will go to the charity stripe to shoot the 1-and-1. He is 2 for 4 tonight with 10 points. Looking to extend this 3-point lead. Substitutions for the Wildcats. Moody will make his way into the game, and the floor will take a seat. First shot on the 1-and-1 is up. That one goes. That is now 5 straight free throws made by the Broncos. All of their points in this fourth quarter have come from the free throw line. So again, Jones preaches how important they are, and we are seeing that in this fourth quarter. Second shot, nothing but in the bottom of the basket. Broncos extend the lead to 5. 4:14 to go. Brown with the ball, pushes it down. 3-point shot by Moody is up. That one is gonna go. 43-41, 2-point game. Raglan Moore pulls it up, and Coach Jones is trying to call the timeout. And that is going to be a full timeout. And the discussion going down was the out of bounds, but the referee did call the timeout before that could occur. 3:57 to go as we take a look at the timeouts. Broncos have 2 timeouts remaining. The Wildcats have 4 timeouts remaining. Wildcats have committed 4 fouls in this half. Broncos will be shooting 2 the rest of the way through these 3:57. Broncos definitely need to go ahead and slow down this tempo. Broncos are starting to move faster than their minds can handle, and that is exactly what Coach Jones just said. Start thinking before you react. Just one of those philosophies that Coach Jones has instilled in this Broncos club. As we are under 4 minutes to go now. So Broncos will get possession on the near sideline in the backcourt. And that just falls into Coach Jones' ABCs of success. So David will go ahead. He will inbound the ball in the backcourt. He has Van Devere right in front of him. See if they elect to go to him or Peguero, who is open down on the baseline. Neither. They go with Butler, who races to the backcourt to take the pass. Butler comes off of Brown, gets it to Raglan Moore. Chase starts to drive in before pulling out, gets it back to David. David going to the far side of the court now, breaks to the near, gets it to Reagan Moore, spins, and that ball is going to be going the other way. That is Sessions. Gets it up to Moody, and that one is going to go, and we are tied up at 43 apiece. Wildcats starting to apply the pressure as Reagan Moore makes his way down. Butler now cutting right down the heart of the court. That reverse lay-in does not go. Wildcats looking to take the lead. And Peguero pulls away with it, gets it back to Vanderveer. His lay-in kisses it off the glass. Broncos regain the lead, 45-43. Brown now with the ball, gets it over to Sheffield. Sheffield passes it down. Moody's three-point shot is up. Moody's three-point shot goes, and the Wildcats now have a 1-point lead, 46-45. Gets it back to Vanderveer. Vanderveer will now dribble it over half court. Gets it to Reagan Moore. Chase switches to his left, coming off of the pick. Gets it to Vanderveer. Vanderveer gets it to Peguero. Peguero back to Reagan Moore. Gets it down. Vanderveer starting to drive on in. He spins, kisses it off the glass. That one does not go. Rebounded by Peguero. Peguero gets it back to Reagan Moore. He'll pull up for the jumper. That jumper does not go. That ball is loose, pulled up by the Wildcats. Fast break opportunity. Sessions tries to go up with it. Ends up passing it away. Gets it to Ace Vito. Ace Vito gets his first points of the night. Wildcats extending their lead to 3. Broncos wanting a traveling call on that play. Reagan Moore bringing the ball up. 2 minutes to play now as he drives in. And that's going to be a block, and the Wildcats cannot believe that was not an offensive foul. Both players slow to get up, but seem to be okay. That foul is going to be on number 4, Moody. That is going to be his first team limit. So Reagan Moore is going to go to the free throw line. He is going to shoot a pair. He is 3 for 4 tonight. First free throw attempt goes up. First free throw does not fall. Negron will go ahead. He will check in for the Broncos. David will go ahead. He will take a seat. Second shot is up, and it is now a 2-point game. Wildcats making a substitution. Moody will make his way in. Ace Vito will take a seat. And now the referee is having a quick discussion. And it looks like they're not going to let Moody check in at the time. Head coach of the Wildcats trying to fight for his cause for why Moody should be allowed in the game at this time. This is the second time we have seen a sub denied entry into this game. So Moody will be able to come into the game on the next whistle. So Brown looking to inbound it to Sessions. Wildcats leading this one by 2 as we are now under 2 minutes to play. Reagan Moore comes up to apply the pressure, gets it down to Sheffield. We saw this from the Wildcats in the JV. This is their time kill. Reminiscent to the old four corners from UCLA. Broncos now coming up to apply some pressure. And there's going to be a foul on the play. Foul is going to be on number 15, Negron. That is going to be his first, but only the 4th for the Broncos. So the Broncos do have some fouls to give. And the Wildcats absolutely making sure Moody is able to enter the game at this time. Sheffield gets it back to Brown. Brown skips it back. 3-point shot by Moody is up. That one does not go. Brown comes down with the rebound. And there's going to be a 30-second timeout called by the Wildcats. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Wildcats leading this one by a score of 48-46. Your story of this fourth quarter, the Broncos really have not been able to get any scoring going, with the exception from the free throw line. Broncos have scored 10 points in this quarter, 8 of those points coming from the free throw line. But as you look at this 2-point deficit, the Broncos have missed 6 free throws, including missing 5 in this quarter alone. And that is one thing that is going to annoy Coach Jones more than anything, is missed free throw opportunities. Easy points, easy bunnies, as he likes to call them. As the house DJ and the cheerleaders trying to get the Broncos faithful into this game. 1:20 to go. Moody will inbound the ball. He does have Sessions open. Instead, it elects to go to Morris, and there will be a foul on that play as the Broncos will begin to foul. It's going to be on number 22, Ragan Moore. That is going to be his second, 5th on the team. Broncos do still have 1 foul to give. Broncos will go ahead and they will make a substitution. David will go ahead. He will come in. Broncos looking to go for speed on their court at this time. Into the backcourt for Sessions. Butler is all over him, and Butler will go ahead and he will get called for the foul. That's going to be the first foul on Butler, 6-1. So from this point forward, every foul will result in free throws. Sheffield will inbound the ball, gets it to Sessions. Sessions skips it up, gets it to Brown. Brown fires it underneath, and that dunk does not go by Moody. Broncos getting the ball. They will be coming up. 1 minute to go. Negron hands it off to Ragan Moore. Broncos trying to set up this offense. Ragan Moore has Brown all over him. Gets it to Butler. Butler trying to cut in. Gets it to Vanderveer. Vanderveer back to Butler. 45 seconds to go now. Back to Vanderveer. Butler now with the ball on that far wing, starting to drive, gets it into Vanderveer. Vanderveer tries to get it to Ragan Moore, and it goes right through his hands. And the Wildcats will get possession back. 35.6 seconds to go. And Coach Jones wants a full timeout to go ahead and try to calm his boys down. So 35.6 seconds to go. Jones and the Broncos have 1 timeout left. The Wildcats have 3. As we took a look at the foul situation, everybody is in the bonus. Next time the Broncos are fouled, they're going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The next time the Wildcats are fouled, they will be shooting the 1-and-1. So you have to imagine Jones right now is either trying to design a full court press or trying to remind these Broncos who are the ones you can foul. The Wildcats tonight are 0 for 3 from the free throw line, missing all 3 that they took in the second quarter. Sessions missed a pair and Sheffield missed 1. First whistle is blown. Again, 35.6 seconds to go. We are in yet another nail-biter here at Davenport High School. John Shigaris here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network. We again thank you for joining us wherever you may be on this Thursday night. We know you have lots of places where you can get your entertainment on a Thursday night, and we are blessed and honored that you have taken the time to spend your Thursday night with us. So Sheffield will go ahead. He will inbound it on the near sideline by the Broncos bench. So Broncos on a full court press. Ball gets inbounded to Sessions. Pass up to Morris. Broncos trying to get that loose ball dished down to Moody. The whistle is blown, and it's going to be a traveling violation called on Moody. Wildcats cannot believe that was called on them at this time. Broncos are getting the ball back down by 2. Broncos had excellent defense there, and that is exactly what they needed. Butler will inbound the ball. Broncos trying to break the press. Gets it to Negron. Negron passes it back to Butler. Butler now coming up. coming off of the screen. Van Devere able to tip that back in. We are tied 48-48, and there is going to be a timeout on the floor. And Negron trying to get this crowd into it. JV players here on the near side of the court jumping. Fans on the far side jumping around. We are tied 48-48. It was the Broncos who ended up calling that timeout. That was their last timeout. So once again, Coach Jones right now designing the defense play that he is going to want. Again, these Broncos boys basketball contests have been nail biters the last few nights. You go back to that game against Discovery a couple of weeks ago, and now tonight with the tied game, 48-48. Mckeel will be inbounding the ball. They will have to go the length of the court. Sheffield will be the one to inbound. Sheffield being reminded because it was a timeout, he can run the baseline should he choose. Sessions has it. Sessions making his way up, dribbling right through the pressure, and that is going to be a foul called. Looks like it's on David, and it is. That is going to be his second foul and the 7th on the team. And Jones not happy about a foul being delivered at that time. Negron trying to get these fans into it. Sessions to shoot the 1-and-1. He is 0 for 2 tonight. 10 seconds to go. We are tied 48-48. First shot goes up. First shot goes on in. Now 49-48. And Peguero will make his way back in. So height for the Broncos. And another substitution being denied. This is now the 3rd. And now the referee going back on her decision. She will allow Peguero to go ahead and check in at this time. 10 seconds on the clock. Sessions, second shot is up, second shot goes. It is a 2-point game, 50-48, 10 seconds. Ragan Moore making his way down this near sideline, skips it to his left. Van Devere for the 3, does not go. Wildcats come down with the ball. Wildcats storming the court. Jones wanted a foul called with time left on the court. Referees are going to walk off of the court, so that foul that the Broncos want will not go down. Your final score in Davenport tonight. Wildcats winning this nail-biter by a score of 50-48. Your executive producers of the Broncos Broadcasting Network, myself, John Shigaris, Alan Duget, James Rose, and Mel Gables. For all of us here at the Broncos Broadcasting Network, again, thank you for spending your Thursday night